which, because we're going to be focusing on back control in the NOGI, we're going to look at some different entries. So, hopefully when we've landed, we've taken a position which is a finger on the inside, not crossed. So if I cross my feet like that and Jason takes his leg across, he's actually I'm foot locking myself by doing that. So I just have my heels kind of tucked in. We refer to these as hooks. Okay. Next is one arm over, one arm under, into this position and hugging nice and tight. I want to keep my chin nice and low, so right in here. Okay. I don't want to extend my head up because this is going to give him gaps. It's going to be much harder to stay in control as well. Okay. So the arm that's the problem for Jason is the top arm. So if my top hand goes on top, it's really easy for Jay to get control of this top arm and just control it. Yeah. So from here it's going to be really difficult to choke. So try and get into the habit of when you go into this position, which is called seatbelt, take that arm close to the armpit and hide it. So now when Jay tries to clear that arm, it's going to be really difficult to dig it out. He has to do something with this hand before he can get control of this hand. Now this is where we start our first part of our game. So Jay's trying to defend this top arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bottom hand, which is currently protecting the top hand. I'm going to roll it to control the wrist. Okay, so in, tight, I'm just going to roll it, and then this bottom hand is going to control the wrist, and this hand's going to shoot up towards the shoulder. Okay, so that's our first bit of control. In, nice and tight. Yeah, and then we're just going to get into that position. So you see how that hand's already going into a choking position. Okay, but this hand is also controlling the arm. So in, he's going to try and clear this top arm, and my goal is to get in that position where I just do this nice little roll that shoots up, that shoots down without hitting yourself your mate in the head. So there, he's going to try and clear the arm. We're just going to practice that to start off with. If you want to do the full thing, that's absolutely fine. So the arm drag, sitting down, establish position, and then go into that control, absolutely fine. But that's the focus, all right? 1, 2, 3. So again, into this position, I'm going to hide that top hand. Yeah, I'm going to get that position where I'm then looking to get this hand. Depending on how long his arms are, sometimes if he's got really long arms, it doesn't benefit me taking this hand down to the hip because he can actually roll his wrist out much better because I don't have long enough arms to keep that control. So sometimes with taller guys, I tend to keep it a bit closer. So now if he tries to roll the wrist, it's much harder for him to do it. It does mean I have to put a bit more energy in, you know, because them long limbs do create bigger circles for me. So, like, often if I'm going with someone the same size, I'll go straight to here, but taller guys, I tend to come to this position. Sometimes I'll either grab just below the pinky and get that control there. So he tries to clear the arms now, doesn't feel as strong. Yeah, so I feel like I've got a bit of better control. So, as soon as I've done that, this hand's going to shoot straight up into here, so I'm already in a choking position. Okay, it's much better and easier if I have two arms against one. So I'm going to bring this hand on the outside, and then I'm just going to bring my leg over to try and trap. It's not a permanent trap, okay? So you've got time on this. So as long as I can keep his arms squeezed, yeah, and depending on how hard he's going to fight as well, that might be only sort of like 10, 15 seconds. All right. So trap the arm, hands already up in this position, which leaves one hand. So he's going to be coming across to try and strip this arm down. Okay, so I'm going to come over the top, over the fingers, push down, and as soon as he starts clearing, you see how I'm turning my elbow in. Yeah, so now it's much easier for me to grab the bicep and then slide everything in. And with my head, tuck it in and then squeeze. Okay, so hit the arm, trap the hand, we've all got to this position. Okay, trap this arm, so I'm just going to bring it on the outside, trap, okay. He's already stripping this grip, hand goes over the fingers, round through this band, okay. So, as I finish the choke, hand goes to the bicep, this goes over the top, yeah, and down and through, so the palm's facing me, keeping everything nice and tight. Alright, give it a go. 1, 2, 3.